This helps us understand the distinctive virtue of in-depth Torah study, because the Gemara, the complete study of it, is that we flesh out what is only alluded to or residual in the letters itself. But Torah is the level of an absolute closeness with Hashem, the revelation of what Hashem truly wants via these letters, which is expressed through the engagement of in-depth analysis, that we are precise to try to draw out each letter and the depth of its wisdom that is contained within it. And through this, we draw down an infinite light of Hashem, regarding which it says that the eye would otherwise never be able to see. And it is done for those who seek him. As the Zohar explains, what does it mean to seek him? That he seeks him out through the words. And this is what he squeezes out each letter to try and find its ultimate depth. And again, the Alter Rebbe here alludes to certain other source material to support this idea. And this is also explained by Rav Moshe Zucato there. And again, the Alter Rebbe quotes a series of other source material, that the level of Adam Kadmai that becomes Atik for Atzilus, that is drawn down through the engagement of Torah. And from this, it draws down a whole new level of godliness from the very depth of Atik, and it is revealed from the pnimis of Atik, as will be revealed in the future. In other places, we explain that this Rishima, this residual presence of the full-on intensity, is the source of the Kalim. And the Kav that is drawn down from the Rishima is the source of the light. And that is that the Kalim that restrain the light, that they should be expressed through a measured manner, like we say to the world, die, enough. Again, the fear being that we overwhelm the world. And Hashem, though, of course, has no beginning, and there's no place that he expires without any limitation, as we see that the world is created from the Hashem's simple, innate goodness that he wishes to embed within defined character and ultimate purpose, to invest within it the chayas in a measured and identified manner. And this is because Hashem, of course, is infinite, and he can express himself without limitation through the diktuk and the tzimtzum. Like it says, he raises up those who are lowly, that even though the power of creation creates something that is limited, something out of nothing, is specifically through Hashem's infinite capacity that only Hashem is able to do, like it says in the Medrash, that the souls that you made in Haran, this is a reference to Avram, and we understand it to mean that he brought them closer to Torah. And then the Medrash says, what does it mean, the souls that he made in Haran? If you gathered all the brilliant wisdom of people, could they even make a gnat? Could they even bring to life the most simplistic of all life forms? Everything is created with Hashem's infinite capacity. So again, that's the led into by this apparent oddity that it says the souls that you made. Hashem has made it, the heavens and the earth, they only come from Hashem himself. And what happens that we become a partner with the creator of the whole world. Nevertheless, this power of infinity, which is a level of makif and is hidden from the creation, like it says in Tanya, but the chayas that is invested within the world in a manner that it is personalized in this particulars, the result is that these two expressions from the infinite light of Hashem that radiate in the world, to give them existence and life as one, that they should radiate the infinite light, is a surrounding light. It's hidden, like he decreed, and so it was created. And that it radiates to be invested within them is only within limitation. As again, the Alter Rebbe points out the Medrash and other source material to support this idea. And this is the hashpah. This is the expression in the limitations that is drawn out through the kelim of the 10 spheres of Atzilus, that is called the midos, from the lashon of midah and gvul, and they are rooted from the source that is after the tzimtzum. That this is the infinite light of Hashem, who is able to radiate within the level of gvul, and therefore it is called the rishima, relative to the light that is radiates within the Ein Sof from without gvul tachlis, because this expression that's in the level of Vul relative to the aura that's Bli Gvul is not even, again, a drop in the ocean. And that's why it's only called a residual. It's a residual from the light of the Ein Sof, because it is the power of this hashpah to be embedded within the limited, which is drawn down through the power of the unlimited. Like it says in the Medrash, the souls that you made, as we talked about. There's another mashal from another Medrash regarding which it says that the heavens and the earth I fill, speaks about with Moshe that Hashem spoke to him between the two carrying staffs of the ark, to the one who created everything, how much more so, and even more regarding the idea of the Rishima. Again, the Alter Rebbe points out here to other source material that express this idea, and evidence for this is further expressed. And again, here the Alter Rebbe mentions a whole series of other Maimarim and source material about this idea that emphasizes that the root of the idea of the letters is also in Chachma, and it's then expressed in Bina, and that's when it is called engraved. And when it comes out into actual speech, then it is activity. It's like taking it and sculpting it. And again, the Alter Rebbe quotes the Maimer that's printed in Igeres HaKodesh, where it talks about that the letters have both form and shape, that the form, which is the concept that it expresses, comes from Seichel, and this is the Rishima that it says in the Pardes. It talks about this regarding the tzitz, the headband worn by the Kohen Gadol, that it was embossed. And again, the idea of the Rishima, as mentioned before. In the Kitzer, we understand the idea of Tzimtzum about the withdrawal of the overwhelming light, but there's still a residue of that light, like the study of a concept, and the teacher has all of the depth of it. That depth is there for him, but it is hidden relative to the student who's only hearing the shallow instruction at that time and only has a slight inkling that there is a far greater depth there beyond what he's hearing at that moment.